You are watching coverage of the Fnatic PlayOPEN tournament cast by myself, TotalBiscuit. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to SHOUTcraft right here, bringing you the FnaticMSI $3,000 PlayOPEN between BratOK in the yellow trunks playing Terran here on the jungle basin versus his opponent, the mighty Dimaga, in the red trunks playing Zerg. This is a crazy thing to happen, folks. Very, very, very crazy indeed. Why? Simply because it's so early on in the tournament. You're getting two exceptionally high players, two players from around the same region as well. BratOK and, of course, the one and only Dimaga. So, this is a big deal, and this is going to be extremely hard fought. There is $3,000 worth of prizes on the line, including a brand new MSI laptop, which is what everyone's really going for, as well as a bunch of cash prizes. The format all the way up to the round of 8, which is the quarterfinals, folks, will be... Is that the quarterfinals? Yes, I believe it is, yes. Making sure my numbers are correct, yes. And it will be single elimination, best of 1 on preset maps up until the round of 8, which will turn into a best of 3. So this is very quick. This is a one-day tournament. It is brutal. It is unforgiving. It isn't open, but there were only 256 spots available for it. Right, anyway, let's see what exactly is going on right here. Dimaga's got himself 14 supply. I'll have to see what he does. If I recall correctly, Dimaga actually doesn't like to go fast expansion usually. I'm fairly sure he take his gas first and things like that, but you never know. BratOK sneaks all the way past an SCV proxy engineering bay coming up, and it blocks off that expansion. Now, like I said, usually there you go. That's exactly what's happened. Takes his extractor, takes his spawning pool first. This is a great map for Zerg, or in terms of the expansion at any rate. Not so good for everything else. I mean, the Terran love jungle basin simply because of the size of it and the way the cliffs are designed. That's siege tank frickin' heaven. But Zerg are okay with it because of the ability to expand very safely right here with bare minimal possibility of harassment, with the exception of BratOK that jumped down a delicious engineering bay. Looks like the SCV might even get to finish it as well. It's very unlikely that he will finish it because he'll want to cancel out of it. That's 150 minerals out of the pot that he doesn't want to be spending. But like I said, Dimaga tends to go with gas and then spawning pool straight away so he can get very, very early metabolic boost. Really, really quick. And it's also really hard to screw around with that build because he's not so reliant on getting that fast expansion. So he's going to be able to kill that engineering bay once he gets the Zerglings out. In the meantime, BratOK, single barracks is up. Very, very standard for the Terran. Nice little wall off right there. No one's really surprised by that in any way whatsoever. BratOK, on the other hand, not happy about the presence of that Overlord in its base. Did not, in fact, clear its flight plans with Terran High Command, which you would be quite surprised, by the way. Very common for the Zerg to do that. They have absolutely no regard for airline safety. There we go. BratOK is going to lose that engineering bay. He will cancel it, I would imagine. Going to keep an eye on it. Keep an eye on that health. There you go. There's the cancel. Some players forget to do that, but we are talking about BratOK right here. So, yeah, BratOK is really going to lose 150 minerals for no reason. Are you serious? Do you know who this guy is? Factory on the way up for BratOK. We could be seeing some Hellion play from him. Very popular these days. Very popular indeed. I mean, you've seen the Dignitas player show use it over and over and over again, particularly against the Zerg. Extremely effective. But bear in mind, he does have that metabolic boost coming up, so we'll see what he decides to do with the factory. There you go, straight into a Hellion and a starport. So what I would expect to see here is maybe he'll pop the Hellion out, then he'll build either his tech lab or his reactor, and then do the swap over between the two. Wouldn't surprise me to see some air harassment with Banshees. But, you know, this is the thing about this build, this so-called 1-1-1. It's got so much variety available to it. Loads of things you can do, lots of flexibility, so you really can't necessarily predict it. Which is why I don't really like to do so, but you know of the possibilities, folks. You know what could be coming. In the meantime, 16 Zerglings up for Dimaga, powerful force, and the metabolic boost has now completed. The hatchery coming down in the natural expansion of Dimaga. Not going to worry too much about that. And bear in mind, he's got very nice map control of both Silnaga watchtowers. He knows what's coming, and expansion for BratOK. Like I say, very, very popular to just expand on this map because it's so very, very safe to do so. However, the single Zergling that could, as you can see, is nibbling its way through those destructible rocks, and eventually, just eventually, it might get out. This is kind of like a Shawshank Redemption kind of thing going on right here, by the way. You know, nibbling his way through the wall with a spoon over the course of 20 years and hiding behind a poster. That's what he's looking to do right there, but he adds more firepower to the mix. There you go, there's your Banshee coming up right right now for BratOK. What does he have on the ground in terms of getting rid of that? Well, he's got his 2 queens up, and that's really all he has right now. Lair is on the way, though. Did he actually scout that? He did not. Of course, he can't really get anywhere near. 3 Hellions are up. No blue flame action going on right there. 2 more barracks for BratOK. Righto then. Righto. No sign of aggression as of yet. Dimaga wants to try and work his way through there. That has not been scouted, by the way. That could be a fatal mistake for BratOK. Needs to keep an eye on that. I know some people call him BratOK, some people call him BratOK. Generally speaking, when I see his name written down in tournaments, it is Brat space OK, so BratOK doesn't seem to be reasonable. We'll go with that one anyway. Lair almost complete right now for Dimaga. He's able to get those Hydralisks out, or indeed just some Mutalisks. He'll be able to shut down any kind of early Banshee harassment, but we're not actually seeing that right now. A single Banshee went up. The harassment will no doubt happen. Already flying across there. You see some nice creep spread there from Dimaga as well, making sure he's got the control and he's got the speed to move around. Okay, flanking around right now to have a look and see what he can do over here, which is quite a lot, but bear in mind, Dimaga is smart. He has dumped 2 queens down there. He actually has 3 up already, and he's actually got a 4th queen coming up. That's pretty damn hectic. He knows exactly what's coming, I have to imagine. Now, we'll have to see what he decides to do with that lair. Hydralisks, again, a possibility. Mutalisks would work well as well. BratOK does have 3 barracks up, though. We see double reactors going up, so awful lot of Marines coming in. He doesn't have the stim quite yet, but he will have it. Combat shield hasn't been done either. BratOK finally spots what exactly is going on here, but he's worn it down. Dimaga's taking it all the way down at 446 HP. Very easily damaged. Dimaga with the Spire, as you can see right there. Medevac coming on the way. Pretty passive game so far from both. No big surprises, honestly. You'll note that BratOK really can't go in there with that Banshee. He just can't do it. It's too risky. Queen will take it. No problem at all. Even a single Queen can take a single Banshee. Shouldn't have too much of an issue with that. And bear in mind, Spire coming up, and there are 3 more Queens available. Dimaga is guarding the living hell out of that, constantly, of course, spawning lava right there to make sure he's got the numbers for it. And he can note that he's saving up a ton of resources. He's not spending a huge amount. Second hatchery coming down, and the Baneling nest as well, just to give him a little bit of variety. Now, Dimaga is pretty interesting, honestly, because you do tend to see him throw in some roaches into the mid-game, but it has to really depend on whether or not this even gets to the mid-game. Having a look right now to see exactly what's going to happen. There you go. Flame Hellion dropped in from the back. A little bit of a barbecue roast going on right here, and it's good damage. It is good damage. Finally going to be able to stop that, but the amount of units lost there was pretty damn extreme. Dimaga's already lost 19 units, and it's very unfortunate that Dimaga actually pulled those Queens off the line there. That dropped it a huge amount of damage, and he wasn't even able to take the medevac in return. So 3 Hellions down. A mass spawn by Dimaga, though, instantly replenishing his numbers. 2 hatcheries coming down. Where's that other one? Oh, wow. He is going crazy with that one, hasn't he? Takes his 3rd, takes his 4th very rapidly, is confident that BratOK can't do anything about that, but is that the case? What has he got? He's got 26 Marines, 2 medevacs. He has a huge amount of mobility that he can exploit. However, Dimaga does have an air force, and that's going to be very problematic. Bear in mind that BratOK has scouted. He is aware of what's coming up. He's got a couple of missile turrets coming up to back it up, but it's not going to be quite enough. You see the placement of the missile turret there. It's pretty damn good. Means he can't fly around the side there without taking heavy damage, but he doesn't have a missile turret down here. So there is a possibility of flanking that entirely, but that Marine force is going to be very dangerous to deal with for those Mutalisks. The Mutalisks don't want to go anywhere near that. Huge amount of potential damage could be happening there. Mutalisks not bothering to go in right now, just trying to find an opening, seeing where exactly they can go in. Double missile turret placed at the expansion of BratOK, so he's pretty damn secure. Bear in mind, though, a lot more Zerglings on the field. Oh, he's even got a Changeling out there. How very, very nice. Oh, yes, you do see those from time to time. Looks like the Mutalisks are going to be able to take out the Destructible Rocks without too much of a problem, and here is the response to that. Straight in, folks. Banelings and Speedlings going to be coming in from the rear. There's the force of Marines moving in. Not a huge amount, but there you go. There's the rest of them. That is going to be difficult to bring down, but if he gets enough Banelings in there, then a lot of damage is going to be inflicted. Now harassing the front because he's got pretty much a free reign to do so, forcing BratOK to split his forces up, and that will give him the opportunity to attack that expansion down at the bottom right there. There's the numbers, and there's the break in the Destructible Rocks. Centrifugal Hooks was upgraded. More Mutalisks on the way. Siege Tank deployment is not there as of yet. He could get it. There's the Swarm. Banelings into the mineral line, and it's very good. Drives all of the SCVs away and does significant economic damage to BratOK. That's a good way to perhaps respond to the damage that was done by the Hellions earlier. Economically, right now, Dimaga is in such a commanding position, it's not even funny. He's got 65 drones out. That is absolutely ridiculous. 19 Banelings morphing right now as the mainly Marine force, backed up by a couple of tanks and medevacs, is going to move in, and we're going to see a huge amount of damage. That Queen is dead, no question about that. A few Banelings don't even get a look in. Needs the morph. There's the morph. Front line annihilated. Oh, yes. There you go. And takes 1, 2, and 3 tanks with it. It's very good indeed. Oh, there's the Speedling reinforcements. BratOK has nothing at this point. Oh, wow. There you go. Absolutely decimated. Very, very well done there by Dimaga. And looking now once again to get the counter-attack. What has BratOK got on the ground? He doesn't have anything. That is not good at all for BratOK. Very, very bad for BratOK. Oh my god, BratOK! You will be eaten! You will be annihilated! And that's what's gonna happen right here. Single Hellion ain't gonna hold that line. BratOK has nothing right now. Only a couple of Marines on the ground. No way. Absolutely no way at all. Dimaga in such a commanding position. Good game, ladies and gentlemen. BratOK goes out and Dimaga takes it through the RO128. Oh wow, there you go.